Chinese businessman dies after vehicle plunges off Causeway Bridge. A Chinese businessman lost his life Sunday morning after his vehicle plunged into the sea while he was reportedly attempting a U-turn on the old Causeway Bridge that linked Portmore, St. Catherine, and Kingston. The deceased has been identified as a 62-year-old Mr. Wong from Kingston 10 address. According to Sergeant Canutier of the Marine Police, Wong was among a group of persons who went fishing in the area. When it started to rain, he reportedly got into his car and attempted a U-turn on the bridge. During the maneuver, the vehicle went over the edge and into the water. Wong's body was recovered hours later. Authorities have since removed the vehicle from the water. At the scene, distraught family members, some overcome with grief, were accompanied by Wong's employees. Decomposing body of retired teacher found at home in Spanish Town. The decomposing body of a retired educator was discovered at her home in St. Catherine North Police Division on Friday. She has been identified as 70-year-old Patricia Evans, a former teacher who lived on Cherry Crescent in Spanish Town in the parish. Evans' body was reportedly found inside the bathroom of her home at about 10:40 a.m. The police were alerted, and upon arrival, the scene was processed and the body removed to facilitate a post-mortem examination. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the circumstances surrounding her death. Senate passes amendments to Predator-Larceny Act. The Senate on Friday passed amendments to the Predator-Larceny Prevention Act aimed at combating the theft of agricultural produce, livestock, and fish. Leader of government business in the Upper House, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, said agriculture and aquaculture are entering a new era of productivity, production, and national development. She said the amendments will not only see the imposition of harsher penalties, but also enhance the traceability of agricultural produce. She noted that a key strategy in combating predator larceny is the targeted deployment of agricultural wardens. Over 200 wardens have completed their written examinations.
Enhanced traceability of agricultural produce, which is an important part as we have moved into JACRA regime, where we actually look at geographical indicators. We want to make sure that our coffee, our cocoa, our coconuts, and others, the turmeric spices, that everything is looked at and can be traced to where it is from. And this is part of our new face of agriculture. And this is where that 66% of increased interest is coming from, Mr. President. We're serious about growing the industry, and we're serious about protecting our farmers and restoring confidence in agricultural investment. 243 candidates have already successfully completed their written exams, physical assessments, background checks, and fingerprinting, and they are now awaiting their medical exams to be included in the program, Mr. President. We have a training schedule, and we have already identified a training location, and we will welcome our first wardens this very year.
Scores pay final respect to Corporal Kamal Mean. A myriad of well-wishers gathered at the Portmore Seventh-day Adventist Church in St. Catherine to pay their final respects to Corporal Mean. Corporal Mean was gunned down at his home in Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Saturday, May 17. Up to the time of his death, he was assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division. Among those who attended the Thanksgiving ceremony were his relatives, friends, and colleagues from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Commanding Officer of the Kingston Western Division, Acting Superintendent Brian Henry, delivered the eulogy. He noted that Corporal Mean was committed and punctual. Scores paid final respect to Corporal Kamal Mean. A myriad of well-wishers gathered at the Portmore Seventh-day Adventist Church in St. Catherine to pay their final respects to Corporal Mean. Corporal Mean was gunned down at his home in Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Saturday, May 17. Up to the time of his death, he was assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division. Among those who attended the Thanksgiving ceremony were his relatives, friends, and colleagues from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Commanding Officer of the Kingston Western Division, Acting Superintendent Brian Henry, delivered the eulogy. He noted that Corporal Mean was committed and punctual. I follow the advice of the Integrity Commission, says Swaby. Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew Angie Swaby says he does not see the anti-corruption watchdog, the Integrity Commission (IC), as an enemy, but as an entity that seeks to uphold the interests of Jamaica. Swaby, who was speaking at his annual divisional conference on Friday in Nannyville Gardens, St. Andrew, criticized former Mayor Delroy Williams of allegedly neglecting instructions from the IC to do a review of the council's administrative processes. We tried to move resolution 3 times in the council to get rid of the whole issue of the developmental approval process, and he refused to take my resolutions. The first time I buck up on a problem, with that one and the Integrity Commission said, do a review process, I followed the advice of the Integrity Commission. One of the first acts that I have done when I became mayor was to have 2 types of sessions. We have an ethnic session to tell our councillors how we must behave and what is expected of us, and we have workshops with the Integrity Commission because I don't see the Integrity Commission as an enemy. I see them as a friend, Swaby noted. Swaby noted that his office will this week receive the reports following the review of the council's developmental approval process. When we start the developmental approval process, that we meet with everybody. I name 3-member team, and I meet with everybody, including the Integrity Commission. I can tell you, comrades, within a week or two, we will have those reports out to be made to the public, because our first government may ever see where so much in a building business, and we see some of them in a interest. So I see some land that I want to take for the KSAMC and sell it to them friends. Prime property lands, I say no, no, no. We have to use these lands. You can come with us under public-private partnership, but I'm not selling away the land, Swaby noted. National Policy for Culture, Entertainment and Creative Economy to get Cabinet approval, stated Grange. The Cabinet will at its next meeting be asked to approve the tabling of the National Policy for Culture, Entertainment and the Creative Economy as a Green Paper in the Houses of Parliament. Culture Minister Oliver Grange says the policy outlines the framework within which the Government of Jamaica will enhance, safeguard, protect and promote the cultural heritage, creative expression and innovations of the Jamaican people. The policy provides approaches for creating an enabling environment for the creative economy to thrive and significantly contribute to the economic well-being of Jamaicans and the national economy, noted Grange. She was speaking recently in the House of Representatives during her contribution to the sectoral debate. She disclosed that an institute dedicated to creatives will be established on the grounds of the Caribbean Maritime Institute, CMU. Said Grange, the Minister of Culture, Gender and Entertainment and Sport, has been determined to invest in new opportunities to enable our young creatives to rise to the level of cultural and artistic knowledge and powers worthy of our global reach. To enable this, I announced today that my ministry has forged cooperation with the Caribbean Maritime University for the establishment of Culture, Entertainment and Creative Practitioners Institute at the CMU. Minister Green said the institute will open in September of this year with a target of 500 students. Our vision is to establish a premier institute that fosters innovation, growth, and professional development in Jamaica's cultural and creative industries, empowering individuals to thrive in globally competitive environment. It will be a hub for training, collaboration, and capacity building in the cultural and creative industries, driving economic growth, cultural preservation, and global competitiveness, Grinch outlined. She said courses will be tailored to enable young creative practitioners to hone their craft while leveraging their knowledge and talent in the full spectrum of the creative economy. This institute will enable development of the artist in whatever field of creative endeavor. Our plan is to focus on such dynamic creative areas as innovation and technology integration, cultural identity and preservation, education and certification, collaboration and partnerships, sustainability and institutionalization. Courses are projected to include music production, audio engineering and sound design, music business and distribution, reggae and dancehall production techniques, graphic design and branding, design for digital platforms, animation and motion graphics, fashion design and textile arts, cinematography and film production, photography and visual storytelling, AI and digital tools for creatives. The Institute will feature the full gamut of the ecosystem of the cultural and creative industries, Green said, noting that it has evolved from an activity that was created by her ministry over the past 5 years, the Jamaica Creative Career Expo. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.